So it was Prime Minister's questions today, and it was same old from Starmer. In today's video, we will watch him get mocked and roasted as he gets called out by the opposition for appointing a fraudster and lying in the budget. Not only that, we will also go over all of the latest news from the last 24 hours. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Make Britain Great, again t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description.
I think it's probably a good time to remind him that he was the one writing letters asking us not to deport foreign criminals. And he and his party voted against every single measure that we put in place to try and limit immigration. But, Mr. Speaker, the question today is what has been on the lips of all Labour MPs, including, I believe, the Health Secretary yesterday. The Prime Minister knowingly appointed a convicted fraudster to be his Transport Secretary. What was he thinking?
Mr. Speaker, the previous Transport Secretary was right when further information came forward to resign. What a marked contrast to behaviour in the last 14 years. And she talks about immigration, record levels of immigration under the previous government, nearly 1 million. And she was the cheerleader. She was the one urging on the removal of the caps for work visas. She was thanking the previous Home Secretary for the work that was done. She championed it, she advocated it. Record numbers of immigration.
Mr. Speaker, he's obfuscating, but I'm going to keep him on the topic. He owes the House an explanation. He said that the former Transport Secretary was only asked to resign after further information came to light. What was that further information?
I'm not going to disclose private conversations. Further information came to light. The Justice Secretary resigned. As I say, what a marked contrast. Whilst she's obsessing with the Westminster issues, we're getting on with fixing the mess, fixing the foundations, that £22 billion black hole, our prisons bursting, Mr. Speaker, as we found out last week, nearly 1 million net migration numbers because of the Tory open borders policy.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not asking about migration. I'm asking about the former Transport Secretary. He never answers any questions. He never answers any questions. And it looks like he didn't ask his Transport Secretary any questions either. The truth is, he appointed a person convicted of fraud to the Cabinet. The first thing she did was bung hundreds of millions of pounds in pay rises to her trade union friends. Wasn't this a fraud on the British people?
No, Mr. Speaker, she says she's not talking about immigration. I'm not surprised. And I advise her and all of them not to talk about the economy or immigration for another 5 years.
Mr. Speaker, he can try and change the topic as much as he likes, but the public are watching. He owes them an explanation. The country needs conviction politicians, not politicians with convictions. Now on to an even bigger fraud. Now on to an even bigger fraud, the budget. Last week, the Prime Minister failed to repeat the Chancellor's pledge of no more borrowing and no more taxes. It is obvious that they are coming back for more. In his manifesto, he committed to making Britain the fastest-growing economy in the G7. Does he stand by his own pledge?
In other news, Sir Keir Starmer has been warned that a new migrant crisis is looming, as Brexit-bashing French Prime Minister Michel Barnier is set to face a no-confidence vote today. France's Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau said that his department could face a funding shortfall of £624 million in 2025. He said this could result in the government having insufficient funds to pay the police who patrol the Channel in northern France. The French gendarmes and police nationale are crucial to stopping migrants from boarding boats set for Britain. Retailleau said, "If we do not have a text, including a budget text, for the Ministry of the Interior, it is €751 million less if we renew the 2024 budget for 2025. This means problems paying the police, no new gendarmeries, no new police stations." The warning comes ahead of a no-confidence vote today on Barnier's government, which is on the brink of collapse after it used Article 49.3 of the French Constitution to push through a social security budget bill without a vote. If the vote goes through, it would mark the first time a French government has fallen through such a measure since 1962. The controversial social security bill aims to tackle France's growing public deficit through £50 billion in tax increases and spending cuts. Some are worried that the shortfall in funds could result in the British government paying more money, with the French knowing full well that the Labour Party will give them what they want. Robert Bates, research director at the Centre for Migration Control, told the Daily Express, "The only real contribution the French have made to the Channel crisis is to escort migrant boats into British waters and then wash their hands of the problem. We have been paying them hundreds of millions to effectively exacerbate the problem. This planned cut to their policing budget will no doubt see them demand more money from the British government, knowing full well that the Labour Party will give them what they want." He said that Britain would be left to do all the heavy lifting and the attempts to smash the gangs would be in vain. Bates stressed that the only way to end illegal migration is to detain and deport illegal migrants, stating that working with Europe had proved futile. "On this issue, the French are not our friends and simply see us as an easy revenue stream. Strengthening our borders does not require the generosity of others to make it work," he added. France faces further instability thanks to today's potential no-confidence vote. Both the far-right National Rally and an alliance of left-wing parties have tabled no-confidence motions against Barnier's government. The Prime Minister urged MPs not to back the motion, telling Parliament, "The French expect stability and visibility." Since September, Barnier's minority government has relied on National Rally support to survive, despite a left-wing alliance winning July's snap election. However, Marine Le Pen, leader of National Rally, recently declared, "The French have had enough." Maybe they thought with Michel Barnier things would get better, but they were even worse. Barnier, the former chief Brexit negotiator, gained notoriety among Britain's top political brass as a result of his aggressive style in talks, which irked many UK officials. Lastly, Prince William held a special event at Kensington Palace during today's state visit, as Princess Kate has stepped back. The Prince of Wales received the Emir at Kensington Palace on Tuesday afternoon. The Prince and Princess of Wales greeted the Emir and Sheikha Jawahar at their residence, on behalf of the King, on Tuesday morning. However, following a packed daytime schedule, Princess Catherine stepped back from the evening's state banquet at Buckingham Palace. Whilst greeting the Emir, William wore a maroon tie with a small white pattern, making tribute to Qatar's flag. The royal showed off his now familiar full beard, which he has seemed to have grown out in recent weeks. The Prince and Princess of Wales also travelled with the nation's leaders to Horse Guards Parade, where the Emir and Sheikha Jawahar received a ceremonial welcome. The mother of three made a tribute to Qatar by matching William with a maroon coat dress by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen, paired with a matching Sahar millinery hat. The colour combination paid homage to Qatar's flag, while the royal accessorised the outfit with a pearl necklace. The necklace, previously owned by the late Queen Elizabeth, may have been a tribute to Prince William's grandmother. Kate's brunette hair was elegantly styled in a chignon, complementing the sophisticated ensemble. The Princess of Wales is on a gradual return to royal duties after announcing she had completed her preventative chemotherapy treatment in September. Despite Catherine's absence, William attended the state banquet at Buckingham Palace, dressed in black tuxedo with a white bow tie. Queen Camilla attended the evening after announcing she was suffering from pneumonia. She paid tribute to Queen Elizabeth II as she stepped out in a diamond tiara. The Emir and Sheikha Jawahar will travel to Buckingham Palace on Wednesday to formally bid farewell to the King and Queen before leaving the UK. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.